Welcome to Community ArtsKitchen.
In this video, you will learn how to create a three-dimensional tree using upcycled materials. Supplies needed: a paper bag, a toilet paper roll, scissors, glue stick, a pencil, and if you have, some post-it note flags. Cut your paper bag in half. You will only need one flat section of the paper bag for your tree, and keep the handles of your paper bag. They're going to come in handy to reinforce the tree structure. And of course you have your TP roll ready to go. So to draw the tree, place your paper bag vertically in front of you and set your TP roll right in the middle of the bag. So from this side and this side of the bag, you should have about equal amounts. And now I'm going to draw the tree trunk, how far it will go out from the right of the TP roll and from the left. I'm going to say just about 1.5 inches. You're going to draw in a line like that with your pencil on either side. And it doesn't have to be exact. You can just kind of eyeball that. And because it's a tree trunk, it doesn't have to be perfectly straight. So it seems like that the tree trunk is really wide, and that's okay because we're going to cut this in half and then into fourths to attach to the TP roll. Now at the bottom, if you would like to draw some roots, you can add a root system going out like this, and it should probably be flush or even with the bottom of the TP roll. And same thing here, I'm going to draw a root coming out like that, and keep it wide enough so you can cut it out. Okay, now I'm going to move on up to the branches. Now this is going to be the crown of the tree with branches going up and down. And sometimes when people draw trees, they kind of struggle a little bit. So I wanted to give you some tips. Actually, what I'm going to do is just draw some V shapes on the top here. And these are going to be the shapes that the tree branches are going to be representing. Tree branches are not connected at right angles. They're usually at about a 45-degree angle, which what I'm drawing here. So just about 2, 3, 4, 5 different V's. And now all you have to do is just determine the width of your branch. So this would be one branch, and it's connected down here. This is another branch. So this is how these branches are connected. Now this is too thick of a branch for me, so I'm going to draw in another V, and this branch comes in like that. Yeah, I guess this is an okay branch, or if it's too thick, you can make a V up here. So keep adding your V shapes to build the structure of the tree. This is too large for me, too thick of a branch, so I'm going to draw another V in here, and that's going to be this section of the tree. And you just keep on continuing. I just find this helpful with the V shapes to get more of a realistic structure of the tree. Now I'm in the process of cutting out my tree. There's two ways you can do this. You can keep your tree open like this to cut it out, so that the left-hand side and the right-hand side of the tree will be not symmetrical. Or if you wish to do a symmetrical tree, you can fold your bag in the middle and you can cut it out like this. So maybe I'll just do a little bit of symmetry cutting here with the roots. And remember, this is going to be just cut flat at the bottom because that's where it's going to be flush with the TP roll. And up here, I've been cutting the branches now together. And some techniques of cutting: cut in from one angle, take your scissors out, and come in from the other side to remove the parts you don't need. Okay, and for the rest of it, I don't think I want it to be too symmetrical, so I'm going to open up the paper and continue to cut the remaining part of the tree. Now that I have my tree cut out, I am going to assess my work and decide if I like the branches. Otherwise, you can always make some changes with your scissors. You can feel like an arborist and do some trimming and changing of the branches, but I'm quite happy with the way it works out. And the roots down here look like this. So the next part is going to be attaching our tree to the TP roll. And what I'm gonna have you do first is cut your tree in half all the way up. So here we go. I'm just gonna follow along that fold that I already had. Okay, now I have two parts of my tree. And now we're going to put the TP roll on to measure. And you are going to cut these two tree trunks once again in half, and only to the height of the TP roll. So I'm going to just draw myself a line here. So it should match the height of the TP roll on either side. And this is going to be a vertical line like that. Okay, now you're going to take your scissors and cut along that line like so. And this is how you are going to now connect it to the TP roll. So you slide the opening in here, and this is how it would be connected to the TP roll. So before we do that, you're going to get your glue out, and you're going to think about, where do I need to apply glue? So this part of the tree trunk is going to be glued to the outside of the TP roll. This side is going to be glued into the inside. So here I need to apply glue on this side, and here I need to apply glue on this side. And so I don't get confused, I am going to draw an X, mark an X on the sides where I need to apply glue, and go ahead and apply the glue on those areas. To do professional gluing, you only want to wind up your glue stick a little bit, and then apply glue to the areas where you marked the X. And you don't really need to apply too much pressure, but just go back and forth a few times on that area where you want to apply the glue. Okay, and now you're going to do that on the other side. So this is a little tricky. You kind of bend back this area so it won't stick to the paper, to your surface that you're working on. And again, we're applying the glue where the X is marked. And now you can insert this into your TP roll. And first I'm going to use my fingers and slide them inside of the TP roll and just put some pressure on it, and then the outside of it, like so. And the roots are not going to be glued down, they're just going to stick out like this. So you're going to be doing this with both sides. So here's my tree trunk structure glued onto the TP roll. Now, because this is a three-dimensional piece of art, we want to make sure that it stands up on its own. And you may have to do some adjustments on that, and a couple of ideas to reinforce your tree. If it's flopping down when it's standing up, you could turn it upside down and use the bag handle, which is a nice thick layer piece of paper, and glue it in the back here, a bit above the TP roll. So you measure how much you need, and you're going to cut that with your scissors and then glue it with your glue stick in place. This will reinforce your tree structure right here. And if you have any branches that keep on flopping forward, you can reinforce them in the same way from the back. To decorate your tree, you can use Post-it notes. These are little Post-it note flags in really fun bright colors, and I'm going to use this bright lime green to make leaves. So I'm gonna just pick up about 6 or so, and remember, these are sticky flags, so they have a sticky adhesive side right here, and I'm going to use that for the base of the leaf. So now I'm going to just cut the corners off here like so, and then turn this into, on the other side, more of a leafy point shape coming in from this way and from that way. There you go. And now all you need to do is peel these leaves off of the stack, and you can just put them on your tree wherever you like. The cool thing about this is they stick up a little bit, which adds volume and three-dimensionality to your tree, and you don't need to use glue because these are self-adhesive. I also added some blossoms to my tree, and this was with the same technique. I used the pink flags, Post-it flags, and I cut out flowers with that paper and glued it on all over the tree, which makes it look really, really pretty.
Thanks for watching. Community Arts Kitchen was created and developed by Barbara Libby Steinman and Anna Rochester. See you next time.